Welcome everyone. We are going to do some yoga today. We have options of doing it in a chair as well as just using a mat or the floor. I'm Jodi, this is Kimberly and Kristi. We're from LifePointe, and we would like to create some calm in this chaotic world right now. So we would love to have you join us for this class. Please remember in this class that if something hurts, you need to back off, modify what you need to. We're just going to start with a little bit of an awareness drill. So if you're in a chair, I want you to find a comfortable position. You might want to scoot back. Make sure your chair is appropriate. It should be able to stay pretty steady. You don't want a recliner type chair or sofa. You want to lean back into it. We want to relax through the shoulders and the arms and legs. And if you're with Kimberly, you can do this in a seated position on the floor, or if you'd like to, you can stay standing in mountain pose. I want you to just close your eyes right now. And as you breathe through your nose, I want you to feel the flow of your breath. When you breathe, you should feel your belly rise and fall. You might want to just slide your fingers right towards your belly button to feel the movement of your belly. And then you want to feel the ribs open and close with each breath. So you might want to slide your hands up to your waist, and you feel the front, side, and back ribs open and close as you breathe. That way we know we are taking deep breaths, and we're utilizing the lungs and the diaphragm so that we can bring more oxygen into the body, which is going to create energy. You can relax your arms again. Now just turn your thoughts inward. And as you continue to breathe, bring your awareness to your body. How does it feel today? Notice any areas that feel tense or tight for you. Maybe areas that feel good. And then notice how you're feeling otherwise, mentally, emotionally. You want to take the next hour for yourself, create an environment where there's no competition, judgment, or expectations. Let's take one or two more breaths, and then we're going to open our eyes. So when you're ready, if you're in a chair, you want to come to seated mountain pose. So scoot forward, both of your sits bones are down, and you're sitting tall through the spine. You can do that on the floor with Kimberly. You can do this on the back, lying down, or you can do it standing. So we're just going to alternate our knees. So as you pick up your leg, feel the weight of it, draw the knee towards the chest, exhaling, inhale down, and then switch legs. You might feel like you're leaning back a little bit, that's fine. We want the back, the low back, and the hip to start to open up here. Okay, so the next time we're going to hold that right knee up. You just want to breathe naturally and feel the weight of the leg, but at the same time relax the shoulders, tuck the tailbone underneath. And then we're going to slowly release, go to the other leg. This is one of the most neglected areas of people's fitness programs, is stretching and balance. So it's important to have a workout that consists of those two things. All right, let's release. Okay, so now whether you're standing or seated, we're going to do a flowing forward fold here. So as you inhale, you're going to reach your arms and lift your chest. As you exhale, you're going to dive forward and then release. Now we're going to roll up again. So roll up through the spine, take a deep breath in, and then as you exhale, dive forward and release down the spine. Okay, let's keep doing that. Go with your breath. Now if you're feeling tight in your standing, you can do a couple of things. You can bend the knees more, Or don't feel like you have to reach your hands all the way down to the floor. You might want to just reach them to your shins or to your ankles. Let's try one more. On this one, you're going to actually hold the stretch, okay? So when we hold the stretch, I want you to go ahead and lift your belly button in towards your spine. Relax your head. Good. And again, just breathe naturally. Should feel good. One more breath. Now we're going to inhale. As we inhale, we rise back up. We're going to alternate a twist. So as you exhale, gently twist to the right. Lower the arms, look over your shoulder. As you inhale, come back to center. And then exhale to the left. So we're rotating from the waist. And you're turning your chest as well. Next time, we're going to go ahead and hold that twist again. So just turn and open the chest, relax the arms, and then turn and look over that right shoulder. And if you can, bring your eye gaze even further back so you're using your peripheral vision. Let's inhale back to center. We're going to exhale to our left side. Nice release of the spine here. All right, let's breathe back to center. As we exhale, the arms gently float to the side of our body. You're going to make a nice gentle fist here. And we're just going to move from our rib cage. So let's explore breathing into the ribs. So when you breathe, you should feel that in the side ribs. Good. Let's relax the fingers. We're going to go into a C curve of the spine. Inhale with the right arm lifting. Exhale, C curve across. Now, both of your sits bones should be down if you're seated. So you're not lifting that opposite hip. I want you to feel like my top arm is floating through the air, then the bottom arm becomes heavy. And let's go ahead and hold the stretch. Good. Relax down through the shoulders. If it's comfortable for your neck, just look down. You can look straight ahead as well or up. Let's switch. It's important that we move our spine in different directions, and that's exactly what we're doing here. Let's relax, arms come down. We're going to take a big shoulder roll. Inhale, lift, exhale, roll the shoulders down and back. So we tend to hold a lot of tension in our upper back, our neck, and this is a good time to start to release that tension. The nice thing about yoga is we become aware of where we're holding our tension in our body. Let's do one more. Okay, arms hang heavy, tilt your ear to the right, and then just push the left shoulder down a little bit more so you feel a nice stretch in the neck. Switch. And then we're going to turn our chin and look over the shoulder. And these are very functional exercises too. Think about when you drive. All right, let's switch sides. Now let's lower the chin down towards our chest. This one feels good because a lot of times this is what we do. So we want to stretch the neck the other way. Think about your phone. We're going to lift the chin up towards the ceiling. Now you don't have to do a lot of extension. Just feel the stretch. And then let's relax the chin back to center. Feel length in the back of your neck. All right, we're going to stretch the hip. Come off to the right. Now, if you feel like your hip this feels pretty good, but I think I could do more, you could pull back just a little bit more if that feels okay for you. We're going to hold this stretch, and as we do, we're going to add the right arm and then open up that hip flexor just a little more. And we're going to add both arms and lengthen up through the spine. Your arms should be slightly forward. And lastly, we're going to add a twist. So I'm just going to twist gently to my left, my right arm and left arm drop, and look over that left shoulder. So because of the position we're in with the hip opening, this helps to release the lower back. You want to just come to the point of, ah, this feels good. It doesn't hurt. I feel it. All right, let's gently untwist. Slide your foot in. We're going to try it on the left side. Now, you may not have the same results. So we oftentimes have a tighter side. Let's take that left leg back till we feel a stretch in the hip. My hips, of course, are not twisting, okay? Left arm reaches up and over. And just breathe and relax. It's perfectly okay to add these without the arms, so if your arms are not feeling good, just go ahead and keep the stretch going without adding those. Here we're just lengthening up again through the spine, and then we take that twist. So my left arm crosses, my right arm releases, and I look over that right side. Now sometimes you may not feel much in some of these, and that just means you're not tight. Or sometimes it just means you need to adjust a little bit so that you do feel it more. Okay, let's untwist and bring that leg back around to the front. Good, we're gonna come to that seated mountain pose. And if you're with Kimberly, you can come down to your mat. So we're gonna do a half lotus, or sometimes we call this a pigeon pose. We're gonna take the right leg up. You have the option of crossing it above your knee or below your knee. So we're going to open up through that hip. And if you need to, you can lean forward. But I also want you to take the time here to rotate the ankle. Nice and easy. Other way. Another area we hold a lot of tension is the hips. Okay, relax the foot. Find a spot that you can keep that leg there comfortably. We're going to take our left arm up. And if you can, reach right between your shoulders. Then we're going to take the right arm back. So let me just turn here. So it might look like this, and that's fine. You can just grab your shirt or relax your hands. Or if it feels good, you can try to reach the fingers towards each other and actually bind. I don't want you to do that, though, if it doesn't feel good, so don't force that movement. So we have some internal and external rotation of the shoulder joint here. So we want you to be safe. All right, let's relax the top arm, then the bottom. Release the foot and go to the other side. So this time the left leg, you can cross it above or below the knee, gently open through the hip, and we're going to rotate that ankle nice and slow. Again, we're just breathing naturally here. Make sure you're not holding your breath. Other way. Want to keep that oxygen going throughout the body as we work through our postures. Okay, find a spot where your leg can stay there. And this time the right arm reaches up behind you, between your shoulders, and then the left arm back. Now, it's not unusual for you to be able to have better results on one side than the other. That's normal, depending upon the dominant arm. So don't be alarmed if one side's a lot easier than the other. If you need to feel more, you can lean forward. We actually call this a cow-faced pose. All right, let's come back up, and we're going to let the top arm go, and then the bottom. And then we're going to release the foot. Very nice. Okay, we're going to do a series of standing poses. Come on up. We are going to use the chair. Kimberly's not. So if you don't have a chair, though, with some of the balance exercises, you may feel more secure if you have something to hang on to, whether it's the wall or a countertop, something sturdy, something safe. We're going to go ahead. I'm just going to come off to the side. You can come behind the chair. You can hang on if you need. We're just going to go ahead and lift the heels, and we're going to lift the toes. Now let's say, this is comfortable for me. Well, then you can add some arms. Lift the heels, lift the toes. That's optional. Get those feet warmed up, those ankles, and the lower legs. Let's try one more. Good. All right, and then we're going to do a flowing chair. Now your feet can be this closer together, or you can bring them apart, okay? So I'm going to take a deep breath in. As I exhale, I just sit down and back. As I inhale, I rise. I'm going to turn sideways for you. So I want you to see what my hips do. They're sitting down and back. Okay, so it's not this. That's a different move. I'm bending the knees and I'm sitting the hips, almost like I'm going to sit down in a chair. I exhale and then I inhale. I want you to use a comfortable range of motion, okay? Knees come out over the center of your toes and weight pushes into the heels. Now, on this one, we're going to hold it. Good, now check out your alignment and breathe. And notice my arms aren't pulling back. They're kind of right by my ears or maybe even slightly forward towards my chin. Or you can just relax them. All right, let's come on up. Good. All right, let's do some balance. Again, you can use the chair. We're going to do a tree pose. So on my left foot, I'm going to anchor my right foot so I can bring it low with the big toe down. I can bring it above or below the knee. I don't want to bring it above the knee. We'll let Kimberly do that. And then add the arms where they're comfortable. So here's the thing about balance, you guys. Some days you have it, some days you don't. Don't become frustrated by that. Just remember, each day is different. You might want to look at a spot. Gently focus your breath and eye gaze. And then feel the anchoring of that left foot. All right, let's relax. Good. Let's try the other side. You can switch sides of the chair again if you want to. I'm going to do that just to demonstrate. This time you're anchoring the right foot and then place your left foot above or below the knee. We don't want it to be directly on the knee joint. Your arms don't have to be high. They can be low. This is a common place, right by your heart center. They can be down here, here, or here. We call this your branch, wherever you want your branches. And trees do blow in the wind, so it's okay if you're a little unsteady. Okay, relax the arms, and then the leg. Very nice. We're going to do a strength pose, and this is called Warrior One. I am going to go ahead and show you a side view, and these girls will show you the front view. And again, you can use your chair if you need to for your balance. So I'm going to step my right foot forward and my left foot back. My right knee is bent over my ankle. My hips are square. And then if you can, turn that left foot slightly to anchor it down. Some people have a problem with that. That's okay. If you need to, just lift the heel. We're going to add some arms. So this is a strength pose, so you should feel your legs supporting your body here. And then if you're comfortable, we're going to add an extending Warrior One. So you inhale here, and then you exhale. It's like you're taking a bow. Now come back up with your breath. Good. So think about your lower body being a statue. Let's try two more. And if it's uncomfortable, you can go ahead and bring your hands to your chair or to your thigh. And one more. Good. Very nice, you guys. Now, from this position, we're going to do another balance pose called Warrior Three. So if you have a chair, gently bring your fingertips to the top of it. You're going to lift your back heel and shift your weight to the front leg. I'm going to tip forward so my body is square. Now, I might just want to use one arm here or both. I might want a toe tap. Or if you're feeling good, really dive into it. All right, let's step in. Are you ladies breathing? Yeah. Okay. Don't hold your breath. Let's do the other side. Warrior one first. Left leg in front, right leg in back. Bend that front knee, anchor the back foot if you can. And here we go. Take your time. Inhale and exhale. So here we are moving from our hips. Okay, everyone, not our waist. Really anchor through the legs. Remember your option. You can grab onto the chair or your front thigh. One more. Feels good sometimes just to breathe with movement. This is going to help you in everything you do. Any other activities? Okay, let's try warrior three. Shift your weight to your front foot. Lift your back heel. You can hang on. You might want to just hang on with one arm, or you can try or both or neither. Keeping that body nice and square. If you need to toe tap, it's okay. You know what? Just have fun with the class. I call this play. I always say that in yoga. Just, you're playing. Remember, there's no competition. All right, step on in. Whew, good. All right, now we're going to do some exercise or some poses. Kristi and I will demonstrate standing, and then Kimberly will come down onto her hands and knees. So you want the seat of the chair to face you, okay? We're going to come into an all-fours position. So as my hands come down to the chair, my shoulders are over my wrists. Okay, that's the most important thing. Now, my feet can step back a little further if I want to, or they can just come in so my heels are under my hips. If you're with Kimberly, you can be on the knees or the toes. We're going to do a little chaturanga push-up. So my weight comes forward, I bend the elbows to lower my chest, and then I push back up. It's not easy. Inhale down, exhale up. Now your hands are a lot closer in, you guys, than a traditional push-up. This is more like a tricep push-up. That's what makes it a little bit more challenging. Now make sure your core is strong. How about two more? Does that sound good, ladies? Sure. All right. And then we're going to come back to that hands and knees position. Do make sure your heels are under your hips this time. Good. And we're going to stretch our spine into a cow-cat pose. So cow pose, you want to lift the tailbone, push the belly down, and chest and chin look forward. We inhale. As we exhale, we round a cat. We tuck the hips under, open the shoulder blades, draw the chin in. So inhale to cow, extending and arching. Exhale, rounding and flexing into cat. So you feel that mobility in your spine from your tailbone to the tip of your head. Good, one more. And then find your neutral spine. All right, just look up a little bit, good. Now, we're going to do a spinal balance move. So your left leg is going to come straight back, and your right arm is going to reach to the front. Now, if this is a little difficult for you, it's okay just to do the leg only. You want to look down, find your breath, and if you feel, Jodi, this is fun, close your eyes to really feel the steadiness of your body. What we're doing is we're working our core here to stabilize our posture. This is what we do every single day. All right, let's bring the arm down and the leg. Try the other side. So right leg back. Might want to stay with just that, or if you're comfortable, you can add the arm. You can also rest the arm on the top of the chair if you have a chair. So that's another option. Good, so we're really strong in our abdominal muscles and also our posterior muscles, our glute, hamstring, back. This is a great move that you can do every day, and obviously you don't even have to come down to the floor. All right, when you're ready, arm down, leg down, step in, bend the knees and roll up. And you can stay down there if you'd like, Kimberly. We're gonna come to a standing camel pose. Feet are hip distance, my fists come back. And then I'm gonna tuck my tailbone, pull the rib cage away from my hips, and lift my chest and chin. So you can really modify this. This might be enough for you. Or you can even go into a little bit more of a baby back bend feel. Just depending on what your body wants to do today. Again, not too much hyperextension of the neck. And let's release. All right, we're gonna go into a down dog. That's gonna stretch the muscles. Kristi and I will show you a modified version, and Kimberly will come into down dog on the floor. So, for us, we're gonna take our forearms down. Kimberly's up on her hands. We're gonna step the feet back. Pull the chest through as much as you can. Feet are about hip distance. And let's say, oh my goodness, I'm tight. Well, you can bend the knees. Or you can even lift the heels if you're in a position with Kimberly. Now, where are you feeling this? It should be all the way down the back side of your body. It's a very calming pose. One more breath. All right, if you're with Kimberly, just drop down to your hands and knees. With Kristi and I, let's take it a little bit slower. Come up on the hands, step the feet in. Because that can lower your blood pressure, I don't want you to suddenly and quickly come up, but I want you to gently roll up. All right, let's take a seat. Got a few more seated poses for you. Come back to that mountain pose here. We're just gonna open the hips. You can scoot forward a little bit. And just open if you need to, add a little bit more pressure. Find a comfortable position. And if you feel like, oh, this is not enough, you can go ahead and try to straighten your legs a little bit more. It's up to you. Remember, in these poses, we don't want to create a lot of tension. We want to release it. So if you're feeling too much tension, go ahead and relax and reposition. Okay, good. Couple more breaths. All right, and let's relax. Come back to that mountain. Kimberly's case, she's going to take our legs in front into a Dandasana. All right, we're going to try eagle pose. You can do this standing, but we're going to do it seated today. We're going to take that right leg, we're going to cross it over the left. You can cross it again below the knee as an option. Some of you might be able to bring the foot around. Open your arms. Take your right elbow under your left. Now, you might want to just go ahead and place the hands on the shoulders, or you can wrap around and grab the hands. From here, you're going to drop the shoulders and push the elbows out, and then sink down into your sits bones. So you might feel that lower back. Just relax a little bit with your tailbone tucking underneath. All right, one more breath here. Let's go ahead and relax, release the arms and then the legs, and then switch sides. So a lot of the poses you can do in a lot of different positions. You can stand, you can sit. You can even do some of them on your back. Okay, this time the left elbow comes under. Let's wrap around here. Good. Remember, drop the shoulders and push the elbows out so you feel the upper back relaxing. And then sink down into the hips. All right, let's release the arms and then the legs. Very nice. This will be our last pose. We're going to stretch those hamstrings. Take one leg out in front, bend the opposite knee, and then just slide your hands where you can. So remember, yoga is really intended for everybody. There's different types of yoga. Some are more restorative, some are much more active. So everyone can find the type that works for them and incorporate that into their lifestyle. All right, let's soften the knee and roll up. Switch legs. I hear people say a lot of times, I'm not flexible enough to do yoga, but that's why you need to do yoga, to increase your flexibility. All right, and just reach down where you can and relax. All right, let's soften that knee to roll up. Good, and we're just gonna take a deep breath in together. So we're gonna inhale, lifting the arms, hands come together, exhale to your center. And thank you so much for joining us today. Namaste.